Hey everyone, Kelly here. I just wanted to talk to you for a minute about, now that we're closing the People versus Arnold Schwarzenegger, I wanted to give a thanks to everybody that helped us do this and make this as much fun as it was. If anybody is interested, the song that I wrote that you're hearing in the background right now and that you've heard, interstitially throughout the other episodes, it is actually like a 2+ minute song. So if you're interested, it should be available on most streaming and music services by the time you're hearing my voice. This is one of the weirdest songs I've ever released, but it's technically out there. So look for the song called Jamie Please by yours truly, Kelly Gray. I'll also be including it at the end of today's podcast, so just stay till the very end and you can hear it today. Oh, and voting for the polls will open this Friday. You get to determine if Arnold Schwarzenegger is guilty of crimes against cinema. Now, on with the closing arguments for the People v. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Let's do a clap. 3, 2. No, that's not how it works, Jamie.
It's been a 1 week.
You can tell we're a little rusty.
Yeah, 1 week off and we lose all fucking training.
All right, let's do a clap. Jamie goes, okay.
I love your enthusiasm, but let's.
Yeah, just immediate. Like, I got you. You need a clap. I got a clap.
I
Here's
can
your
clap.
clap.
Clapping
Fam.
is something I can do.
I can do that. Doesn't require me to speak. Jamie, how's your voice feeling?
I'm better, definitely better than I was, but I don't know how long it's going to last. So we'll see.
You sound a million times better. Jamie and I went to see an amateur hockey game not too long ago, and her voice was fucking fried for it. Mm-hmm. It was fried before we went, but yeah, it's good to hear it's getting better.
Yeah. Well, it's hard when you work in, a public setting and you have to spend your entire day talking when you have laryngitis. Like, there's very little rest for your voice. So I have not had to talk since Friday at 5, so
you just need to learn Belter hand signals from The Expanse, and that'll free you up.
In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups: the police who investigate crime and the district attorneys who prosecute the offenders. These are their stories.
All right, so we are here on our final day of The People v. Arnold Schwarzenegger. And in today's session, we are going to have the prosecution lay out their final closing statement and their overall case. The defense will have a chance to respond. And then in classic debate fashion, the prosecution will have one more brief time for rebuttal, as well as the defense having another brief time for rebuttal. So, do we have any comments before we officially start? Did everybody get to the court in good order? Everybody feeling all right? Nobody needs to go pee, or nobody needs a snack or a blankie or anything?
I think we got this. I'm ready. I'm prepared. My voice is back.
Your hiss seems to be gone as well.
I'm using the new mic.
Yeah, we got our new mic.
Ah, nice. Congratulations.
So with that, we're going to make sure that court is adjourned or called into session. We're going to make sure that court is called into session officially. Welcome to our presentation of The People v. Arnold. Our prosecution, Jamie, is going to argue the case that Arnold Schwarzenegger has committed crimes against cinema. And our defense, Keith, is going to defend him, saying that he is innocent of these crimes against cinema. So, with no further ado, prosecution, take it away.
I would just like to start out by saying that so far in this podcast, we have watched 7 different Arnold movies. One of them twice. 7? Yes.
Do you have them, do you have a list of them?
Oh, I do.
Them
We have Jingle All the Way, Conan 2, Red Sonja, Jingle All the Way Again, which I didn't count, Predator, Terminator 2, and Batman and Robin.
God, what a run.
It is quite a mixed bag. You have to give her a little bit of credit on this, right, Counsel? That's a 50-50 rate of good to bad, kind of.
And that's
I'd say there's two bad.
No.
Two
because
bad.
I also went through and listened to our ratings.
Wait, 3 bad. Yeah.
So, in our ratings, not counting Jingle All the Way the second time, we came to a vote of 11 yays to 10 nays. And that's with two people
about
who
50-50.
love him.
Yeah.
That solves it right there. The
Nope.
A's overpower. Case
Because
closed.
in Conan 2, both of you said that the only reason that you were giving it a thumbs up is because you couldn't possibly bring yourself to give Arnold Schwarzenegger a thumbs down.
Obviously we proved that wrong. Because we did give him a thumbs down. The very next movie,
Right,
when
you did.
we did Red Sonja, I think we both gave him a thumbs down on that because that turned into a big pile of turd ball.
But it is, the quote from both of you is literally the lowest thumbs up I could possibly give just because I can't bring myself to give it a thumbs down.
Yeah, well, that I can even look back at Conan the Destroyer, and it's still it's kind of a cheesy, classic 80s hack and slash movie, but it's got Arnold, and it's got Wilt Chamberlain, and it's got Big Bruce or whatever that fucking guy's. You know what I'm saying? Like it's got like it is very cut and paste, kind of tropish tripe, but it's got all these extra little things that make it go, all right, fine, it's good. It's not great.
Not
Go away.
It is not.
Here's your money, little
It is
kid.
awful.
Give me the cookies from the Girl Scouts. They're not the best in the world, but I'll fucking eat them anyway.
Girl Scout cookies are the best, but they're too expensive for what they are.
That's your standards. Yeah. Your standards, Jamie. Anyways, we'll move on.
And also, the defense themselves have said in 2 different movies that the alternative casting for Arnold's character would have been better had it been played by the alternative casting person. In Jingle All the Way, if it had been Chevy Chase, that would have been much better. He would have made that movie. He could have played that.
That wasn't part of our. That wasn't a piece of evidence in this.
It is because it is a piece of evidence because it
but-
is in the repertoire of our entire podcast.
I object. I'd like to have this evidence stricken from the record.
He also said the same in Batman and Robin.
Order. I'm going to rule in favor of the prosecution on this one. That if we're going to include stuff like we're having the whole conversation about Conan the Barbarian, Conan the Destroyer, I think if we're looking at whether or not Arnold has committed crimes against cinema, we may have these points of evidence to delve deeper into, but his entire catalog of work should be considered.
The
Prosecutor.
defense also said the same thing about Jingle All the Way. I'm sorry, with Batman and Robin, because he thought Christopher Lloyd could have made that character. So if we're talking about, of the 7 movies that we've watched, 2 of the characters could have been better played by somebody else. That also points out to the fact that maybe Arnold isn't the be-all and end-all of American cinema.
I feel like that doesn't reflect on Arnold, though. I mean, the jury can make up their own mind on this. I'm not going to strike it from the record, but it feels like that kind of puts the blame on the casting director and less on the actor that got... Because as an actor, sometimes I've been cast in parts where I'm like, I don't see it, but whatever. Okay, I'm going to do my best and try to make the best of it. And somebody might say, that guy sucked at that role because that doesn't fit the character. I'd be like, yeah, right? Cool. Mm-hmm. Sorry. I got paid, didn't I? I mean, sometimes.
Right? You got paid? We get paid for this?
Sometimes.
And just in general, Arnold plays one note really well. And we saw it in Terminator 2, where he doesn't have to show much emotion, where he can just play tough guy that doesn't have to have a range. He's great at that. If he can play a robot and everything, I would agree. He would be a pinnacle of American cinema. Unfortunately, he gets cast in multiple parts where he needs to actually show emotion. And he doesn't do that well.
Okay, well, we didn't really consider those, though. Like, even if we go back and look at all the movies that we've reviewed as a podcast, we haven't really discussed the movies that would give him range. Like, the only range of emotions we see is a little bit of love in the Conan series, a little bit of drunken buffoonery, which I will admit that he did pretty well at the drunken buffoonery, in my opinion. His drunk scenes as Conan's they're fucking hilarious. He's... go figure. Arnold is great at playing a drunken buffoon. Say what you will.
How about Jingle All the Way, where he's
really
a family
good at
man,
that.
where he could show different ranges of emotion with his family, and that he actually loved his wife and child, that he was a
Correction, Your Honor.
businessman
In
who was
Jingle All the
struggling.
Way, Arnold Schwarzenegger plays a villain.
Order for a second, and I will just remind the defense that I will hear you out, but let the prosecution make the case first.
Right.
Don't. So, but I think there are valid points made there that he does not play a compelling family man, but it could be argued that he is not intended as a compelling family man in that movie. So maybe he did his job effectively if you found him repulsive as a father.
See,
'Cause
no,
I think it could be read pretty clearly that he's a repulsive father the entire fucking movie.
But I don't think that that's how the movie was necessarily written. He's not.
But
he should have been sympathetic in some ways, but he just can't pull that off.
But it's like it's debating the tax policy in the Frozen universe. You know, it ain't that kind of movie, kid.
But you would think that you'd want to root for the protagonist in the film, and you just don't. Really, you want him to get what comes up for him as well.
Hey, you're not going to get any argument with me that he was not likable in Jingle All the Way, especially the second viewing for us. But I don't think Jingle All the Way was the kind of movie that they intended for you to watch it over and over again. And
No, they absolutely did not intend you to watch it over and over again, and nobody should ever watch it over and over again. It should absolutely not be watched more than once ever by anybody. I'm glad the court sees that.
I will give you that the second time we watched it, we were debating over the qualities of him being a good person versus like serial rapist Phil Hartman. Like it was just
I think I don't even know if like the Phil Hartman up until the end, he's more of just like a bit of a womanizer, and maybe he's lying to them, but I don't know. He's just kind of a sleazeball.
Yeah, trying to get laid.
Anything else. So it was funny because in that movie, it was between him and the pseudo-terrorist mailman that were vying for the top male position, and then the cop won. And
Yes.
I hated the fact that we ended up giving. Anyways, I don't like to
relitigate.
let's stay focused. I'm gonna get hot. I'm gonna get heated over here, and I don't need to. Go ahead, prosecution. I'm sorry to interrupt.
That's okay. So my contention is, at the end of the day, that if you need to be typecast as a single role where you're not showing any emotion, that you cannot be a cornerstone of American cinema, and that if you can only muster up a slightly above average vote from this cast, that 2/3 of them adore Arnold Schwarzenegger, that in and of itself argues that he is not a cornerstone of American cinema, because it should be a runaway vote.
Okay, could it be argued, and maybe this is my bias speaking, so I'll say that right off the bat, that I acknowledge that there may be a lot of bias in what I'm saying, and that's kind of what I'm bringing up, is that it feels like Keith and I are fans of Arnold, but I don't think either one of us are afraid to admit when he does something stupid or that we don't agree with. We're just fans of his cheesy mode that some people, i.e. you, don't like, we like. Whereas you, it feels like, are very, very vehemently anti-Arnold to the point where you start as a default position of, I don't like this movie. It has to prove itself to me in order for it to push itself above the good level. So I feel like the fact that it's 11-10 when we have somebody that's very vehemently anti-Arnold actually speaks pretty well for it. I think that's pretty good odds.
There's literally only one time that I voted yes, and that was Terminator 2.
Exactly. That's you're proving what I'm saying right there. But again, it's all about biases and how do you really truly measure those. So. But
that goes to show that there's a really a strong presence where you guys are like, no, he's not as great as we say he is. I would counter that you guys view him with nostalgia eyes and constantly give him more credit than where credit is due.
I will say that even when Arnold acts poorly, it's still slightly entertaining for me because of the fact that at that point, he kind of reminds me of a big bumbling fool a little bit. Like, he's trying, but he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, and it's kind of funny to me, but that's it. And I acknowledge that. Like, for example, when we reviewed Red Sonja, I thought I was going to love that movie, and I came out of it being the biggest hater of Red Sonja in the book. And a lot of that was due to Arnold. Like, they thought he was going to bring it up, but he didn't anyways. I'm with you, but I feel like, I don't know, did Keith just give if you got the numbers, did Keith just give straight up thumbs up for every single Arnold? Was there
Red Sonja and Batman and Robin were the only ones.
There you go. So it was 5-2 for him. Mm-hmm. What was it, 4-2 for me? 4-3, I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you were 1-6.
Yes.
So I think we can kind of see a little bit of the bias right there.
But I would also posit
if we were as vehemently pro-Arnold as you are anti-Arnold, then you would see 6-1, 6-1, 1-6, kind of. You know what I'm saying?
But you just made my point for me. Like, you can find it charming when he messes up an entire movie because he's unable to play the part that is in front of him. I don't find that charming, and I don't
Absolutely.
And I don't think that that is something that you want to look for in somebody who's a cornerstone of a Hollywood.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right. You're right. That's what I'm saying. It's really difficult for me because from my point of view, it looks very reasonable what I'm saying, but I understand that that's a shitload of bias. So yeah, you're right. You're right. And and that's why I think like this will come down to a close vote at the end when the jury votes. I think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be a runaway either way. Even heck, Jamie and I went to the hockey game with 2 other people, and in the car when we were arguing the cases, one voted against and one voted for.
And I think it's very important to point out exactly what the makeup of that car was. It was 2 women and 2 men. Anybody want to guess who voted for what?
Oh, obvious lines. Yeah, the man was like, yeah, Arnold's cool. Yeah, some of his shit sucks, but mostly his movies are pretty cool. And I'm like, yeah, right? and the other woman in the front seat's like, no, he's not that good of an actor. And
no.
Nah. Or I forget what she said, but it was, it was very, no thank you.
Yeah, no. He is 100% built for the male gaze, and both ways you want to spell it, as we've discussed before.
Oh, yeah.
And
baby.
Range is incredibly small. Please never say that again. Objection. The court is trying to throw the prosecution off her game by giving her the extreme ick.
Overruled. Baby. All right, go ahead. Continue. I'm sorry.
I rest my case. Yeah.
She has died. I'm sorry, we're going to pause our court proceedings. The prosecution has just keeled over and died.
I need a moment to
check on the prosecution.
Retch in the bathroom.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I rest my case. He does not have range. He cannot hold a movie up on his own unless he is playing a dumb bodybuilder He-Man type character. You can't count on him to carry a movie with emotion.
I had the fortune of watching like Side-Eyed Junior and Twins recently. And I will say that he like, in my opinion, of course, biased, that he does do the other emotions well. Now, whether I believe him as a brilliant scientist that is, his specialty is genetics, but it's still entertaining. And then that could be argued to be 100% biased. So the world may never know.
I would say
Twins
that's 100%
is the far
biased.
superior.
Because if
Junior,
we're going to bring up
I would
those
say.
ones, we can look at the IMDb ratings on those.
Yeah, and
Rotten Tomatoes ratings on those.
And you know what?
Yeah, bring them up.
I would be surprised if they were down in the 40s and 30s for like, especially for Twins, because Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger playing twin brothers. Come on, that's hilarious. Even the premise alone, it makes you go, okay, because obviously nobody's gonna fucking believe that. They're very opposite people, and even in the movie they are, and it's, I don't know, ends up being entertaining.
So it's a
Junior was just like,
it's a 6
I'm
point.
like,
Twins is
who?
6.2.
How much cocaine was made? How much cocaine was in the making of that decision to make Arnold a pregnant woman arguing for bodily autonomy rights? Like, cool, good, but why him?
My body, my choice.
It's like Bill Murray doing a movie on consent.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Kevin Spacey? Oh, never mind. Too dark. Too dark. All right, so.
Oh no, we're pulling up these scores now, so don't be moving on.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So the Twins Rotten Tomatoes is at 43%, and the popcorn meter is at 40%. The IMDb rating is 6.2, and the Meta movie is
Metascore.
at 50. Metascore is at 50.
Yeah.
Okay?
It makes sense. Yeah, like, okay, so if we look at 0 to 10 as 0 being the worst fucking movie ever made and 10 being the most perfect movie ever fucking made, calling Twins an average movie, that's fine.
Yeah.
I agree with that. It's not great. It's barely good. It's good if you like the actors involved or if you like that kind of movie. It's kind of like a good RPG or an average RPG. I would recommend it for fans of that genre or that series, but if you're not really into it, then there are better entries.
So, which would point to the fact that maybe he didn't carry that movie so well, as you were saying.
I don't know. He was in an average movie. Is that a crime against cinema? No.
Especially when you have Danny DeVito in there covering for that, because the Rotten Tomatoes score for Junior is 37%. The Popcornometer is 22%. The IMDb score is 4.8, and the Metascore is 59. So, average. There's a lot of average actors that act in a lot of average movies. They are not cornerstones of cinema.
But have they committed crimes against cinema?
We're talking about whether or not he's the cornerstone of cinema. That is what the defense is.
It's whether or not he's committed crimes against cinema.
He has, because Red Sonja is a crime against cinema. Batman and Robin, crime against cinema. Jingle All the Way, crime against cinema.
Jingle All the Way is a household classic.
In some households, in our household, sadly, yeah.
In Keith's household, and he just keeps foisting it upon us, holding us down like the scene from what's the one where they can't look at things and he's holding the person's eyes open? That's how Keith makes us work.
Clockwork Orange.
No, that too.
Yeah.
Bird Box.
Yes, yeah. Bird Box. Where look with your eyes. No, Keith, I don't want to.
All right, so that was the prosecution's closing argument. Defense, it is your turn. Give us a closing argument on whether or not Arnold Schwarzenegger has committed crimes against cinema.
I think that Arnold Schwarzenegger has done more for cinema than possibly any 80s actor that rose up around the same time. My colleague, the prosecution, appears to have let her bias taint the proceedings in the case. But I think the numbers speak for themselves. Mr. Schwarzenegger has been consistently in the top grossing films, so much so, in fact, that he is the leading actor with the most films that have crossed the $100 million threshold. That is an actual statistic for Arnold Schwarzenegger. He is consistently voted as the best action movie star of all time, the most recent poll being from February 1st. I will be submitting this evidence to the court.
Your Honor, I would like to rebut with some evidence here. A list of 80s actors by popularity.
Hold on. You had.
Oh, you let him interrupt me quite a bit.
This is now the defense. Well, you can respond to his point.
You let him interrupt me quite a bit.
He didn't submit evidence. He waited until it was his turn. You will have another chance to submit a little bit more evidence if you want to slide it in at the last moment. First, we're going to acknowledge the evidence that the defense just put. Arnold Schwarzenegger voted as the best action movie star of all time, according to Covered Geek
Ranker. It's
via Ranker. Yes. Okay, yeah. Okay. Defense, would you acknowledge that these kind of awards have probably been lauded on Arnold several times in his career?
Crickets from the defense. I mean, the
he asked the defense.
Wait, you're asking.
I'm certain that men have consistently voted him the top-ranking action star of all time.
You think it's all men?
Yes.
It wasn't the man poll.
I believe that it would be solidly 90-10.
But you have no way of knowing that, and that's conjecture.
So I would say that your evidence here is called into question because they do not submit how they got the votes and what their
methodology, I'm sure, is available if you want to take the detailed time to go into Ranker.
Because it has to be available because I want to know where they got their.
Okay. Well, the court's not going to wait for that because I think as much as I agree with the. Let me finish. As much as I agree that with the spirit of what you're saying, prosecution, I think the claim that it's all men is absurd.
I said 90-10.
Depending on which.
I said 90-10.
The prosecution. Let me finish what I'm saying.
Contempt. Hold her in contempt.
I'm about to cut your mic, so just simmer down for a second. Simmer down. I'm saying that I don't think that it is argued that I don't think anybody's arguing that as many women like Arnold as men. I think he is very much for the male gaze. I don't think anybody's arguing.
We have
against that.
established
So
as much in our proceedings.
Yeah, you can save time making that argument. I mean, you can restate it for the jury if you'd like, but both the court and the defense are acknowledging that that's probably correct.
I would like to point out that
That's all I'm saying, so go ahead.
That the photo that was submitted is not a link and does not link to anything. For all we know, it was created by AI, and therefore I cannot judge the statistical accuracy of this claim.
Sources are listed on the evidence presented.
The court is going to accept this as evidence unless the prosecution can prove that it's not. Moving on.
My colleague has also attacked his ability as an actor, which his ability as an actor is not on trial. It's his contribution to cinema. And as loathsome as I am to paraphrase this, he doesn't need to be a good actor, because when you're a star, they just let you do it, right? That's what was famously said by an unnamed person who I will not attribute this quote to.
I don't think we're going to accept that evidence as.
Thank you.
You're kind of hurting your case there, defense. I'm going to straight up tell you that was. Yeah, court. Everybody, calm down. Calm down.
Back in your seat.
That was.
Back in your
that was
seats,
a choice.
Back in your seat.
That was a choice. All right. Now that you've said that, people that we would not agree with and that we kind of find reprehensible, that they
sure,
would
but
agree.
I'm taking it out of the context. I'm not using it in that context at all. It's just.
Well, I mean, it could be argued. Like, for example, is Seinfeld a fun show? A lot of people would say yes. Was it groundbreaking and yada yada? Yes, a million. Heck, I just said yada yada. But is Jerry Seinfeld an amazing actor? Fuck no. He just plays himself. Right. But that's all he's got to do is show up and play as himself. Just like, even if Arnold, if that's the only role he had was big muscle bound, I'm here to take all your cookies or whatever it is, then he would still be probably like 80% of the force that he is now. He just developed a little bit acting and pushed himself up a little bit further.
So
I don't think anybody's accusing him of being the most amazing actor in Hollywood or anything, but you know.
So the evidence submitted thus far, consistently voted #1 action star of all time.
Unranker, which is just whoever shows up to the site to vote with whatever what's the thing that they use to track you in your internet to vote as many times as you want.
Your phone?
No, you know what I'm talking about. That's
flock cameras.
the thing that you have that you try to block as often as possible.
ICE databases. Cookies.
You know what I'm saying.
No more cookies.
Why are you pretending you don't know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying.
I just said cookies. That's what I.
Bots? Are you trying to talk about bots?
The thing that you get the extra thing to block so that your location can't be noted.
Ad blocker.
Location can't be
okay. ISP blocker?
Oh, an IP tracker.
Yeah, you can
Yeah, okay, so it's just so you can vote once from each IP. So yeah, if you have a VPN, you can vote multiple times.
So for all we know, that Keith just sat there all week voting on me.
Okay, so
that is not empirical data.
The defense will not reveal their methods of accrual of evidence. But anyway, so we have the most consistently voted #1 action star of all time. Has the most
empirical data.
Has the most movies that have crossed the 100 million threshold as the lead. That is a statistic that you can look up yourself,
can be
because
verified,
it's
yeah.
a fact. Yes, and just literally a cultural touchstone and icon. Everybody knows who this person is, and that has to say something for their career and their degree of success.
Well, everyone knows who Hitler is too. That I don't know.
Well, I mean, that has to say something for his career and his amount of success as well.
Everybody also knows who
no.
Jack the Ripper is, and everybody also knows who Jeffrey Dahmer is.
No, don't worry. The defense has already shown a little bit of deference to Donald Trump and Hitler in his defense of.
I will have that straight
I have
from the record.
noticed that both those names have have been
Objection, Your Honor.
talked about by the defense in defense of Arnold Schwarzenegger at that.
Notoriety and fame are close cousins. We'll put it that way.
So just because Adolf and Arnold are Austrian doesn't mean they're cousins. Keith, that's kind of racist of you.
Do you have friends that like the things that you do? Want to make your friends cooler? Well, then share our podcast with them. If you do not share us with your friends, then I will set myself on fire in your front lawn and cause
self-immolation.
Yeah, self-immolation. If you don't, that's just the way that I roll.
When we got the note to make this ad campaign a little bit stronger, I don't know, this is, but yeah, I mean, if it gets some listening, I'm down for it.
Research has shown that if you don't share with your friends, then you will be infinitely cooler than your friends, and then your friends will all have to stop hanging out with you, and you will be all alone in your house.
That sounds like you're incentivizing them to become cooler by not sharing. So let's.
And after you like and subscribe, and you download it and you share with your friends, you probably want to talk about it. Maybe one of the reasons why you listen to us is because maybe you agree with us. Maybe you disagree with us. Maybe you're like, man, that Kelly guy, he sure has a cool sounding voice, but he's got some shitty opinions. Well, feel free to tell me. And one of the ways you can tell us is like, we got a Blue Sky account, we got an Instagram account, we got a Facebook account, Discord server. We're having conversations with everybody every week. You can find us even on YouTube and leave comments there. I don't know if that's the best place to have a civilized conversation, but hey, let's try to be a first. Maybe we have a cordial, wholesome conversation on YouTube. I think that would be pretty cool.
A cordial, wholesome conversation on any social media would probably be a first.
You could maybe happen on Blue Sky.
Maybe. Yeah. Blue Sky is pretty cool.
The legend has it that there are places on the internet where people are just nice to each other and they just enjoy things that they like.
Review us. It doesn't take long to move your thumb around on your phone, because that's probably where you're streaming us from, right? Because it's 2025. Give us that review. 5 stars. It's easy and it costs you nothing. If you actually type some words into your review, we will read it. Say whatever you want to say about us. Curse us.
Whoa! I don't know if that's. I don't know if I agree.
No.
Maybe. There's enough money attached to it, possibly.
This is the contract. You say whatever you want to say within reason in your review, and we'll read it.
Okay. As long as we can say within reason, we can legally bend that to mean whatever we want at the time. So I like that contract.
We might be fighting over reading some of those reviews if you're like agreeing with, say, Keith on Star Wars movies over Kelly, or telling Kelly how amazing Lady Hawk is and how everybody else has it wrong.
If you don't agree with me on Star Wars movies, we don't want your review.
Well, most of them I do, but we'll save it for the pod.
Speaking of money, all the ways that you can actually help us out with some money, you could go to Ko-Fi and rent us a movie or force us to watch a movie and review a movie that you want to make us watch.
Yeah. I really want someone to do it.
Oh, I can't wait for the first person to do that,
right?
To force us to watch something. I'm curious if it's going to be something serious or if it's going to be something like, haha, fuck you guys, you have to watch Reefer Madness or something.
That's what I hope for. I hope it's something that we absolutely hate and can really tear apart. So please give us that.
If y'all keep making me watch some of these movies, I might have to pay to make you watch something awful.
I guarantee you it's going to be somebody that has a movie that they really like, but they don't tell us that in the message.
Right.
And then we review it and we just fucking shit all over it. And it turns out that...
They paid us money for like some kind of weird Dom experience where we
Fin Dom. We could just skip all this and call you names and you just forward us the money. That's fine.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, this is the best movie ever. And we're going to be like, this movie is awful. And we know you made us watch it because it's so awful. And they're going to be crying in the corner.
But you can force us to read a message on the air. We can play a recorded message, again, within reason. If you record something and send it to us for the right amount of money, we will play it on the air. And also, do you have like a small business or a podcast of your own or something like that you'd like to advertise? Well, we can get your message to literal dozens of people.
There are dozens of us.
No joke.
Hey, oh, stop booing. There's nothing wrong with it. There are dozens of us. Dozens!
Dozens.
research has shown that those podcasts that don't put ads in their own podcast are 47% less likely to encounter double negativities in 13% of, you know the deal. Thanks for listening.
Oh man, but yeah. So I mean, that's kind of my key. I think it's common knowledge that everyone knows who this guy is. His movies are obviously beloved around the world because they have shown that with the receipts and box office and cultural icon. I do believe,
and their scores that are mid.
He is I would say he is also, my personal take is that he is probably the greatest action movie star of all time up to this point. But now the defense would like to call to the stand a character witness.
Order. We do have a note here. The court was submitted the proper documents, so this is allowed. You may call the witness to the stand. The defense would like to call Mr. Alan Beback, friend of the podcast, to take the stand.
Your Honor, I would like him declared as a hostile witness. I do believe he tried to poison me and took away my voice for the last 2 weeks.
Wait,
so that I could not continue this trial.
Wait, it's been a long time since I went through fake law school. What does it mean when somebody's a hostile witness again?
I don't know, that they're belligerent, I guess.
Let me look it up.
It
Just really means that their responses to the can't be as trusted, I believe.
He hasn't even answered any questions yet, and she's asking him to be treated as a hostile witness.
Just the way he's walking? Is it his cologne
the fact
that
he tried to poison me,
and
and that's why I couldn't talk for the last week, and we had to keep postponing.
He tried to take.
It will be noted in the record that as the witness is approaching the stand, he is wearing a Turbo Man mask, it looks like. That's from the movie, right? That's the Turbo Man mask?
That appears to be a Turbo Man mask.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
May I ask, Mr. Beback, you prefer to be called Al, is that correct?
You can call me Al, you can call me Mr. Beback. Whatever works for you is fine for me.
Can I call you Betty?
No.
No,
why did
call
you choose?
Betty.
Why have you chosen to wear this Turbo Man mask today in the court?
To protect my anonymity, I felt this would protect my voice in my face.
Okay, very, very good.
That's why I'm here as Turbo Man.
All right, calm down, Mr. Beback. So you claim to be close friends with the defendant, Mr. Schwarzenegger. Is that correct?
Yes.
Would you tell the court how you came to meet Mr. Schwarzenegger?
I would like to engage the fifth commandment.
Okay, which one is that? Hang on, I just want to look that up to see.
Do not incriminate yourself in front of the Lord my God.
The fifth commandment is actually honor thy mother and thy father. So.
No, it's the Fifth Amendment. I'm I'm an American citizen.
Yes, of course.
All the right tests.
Clearly.
So, of course, I know about all the 10 commandments. This is the fifth one I would like to engage with.
Okay, how long have you known the defendant? Let's say that.
We worked together for many years, 30, 40 years.
I would say probably closer to 50 to 60, but okay.
You are a cobbler by trade, is that correct?
Listen, lady, you get as old as I am and your memory starts to go.
Listen, lady, I don't think the prosecution enjoyed that very much.
What? This is a respectful term.
Okay, very true.
Call her lady.
Yes. You are nothing if not respectful, Mr. Beback.
Feminist icon. Arnold won many awards in the 80s for being feminist icon. Look at the work he did in Predator. He saved a woman's life. Look what he did in Conan. He saved the woman's life. He saves the women's lives all the time. They should be thanking him.
This defense agrees with that statement. What do you feel is the most positive quality about your friend, Mr. Schwarzenegger? What would you say is his best quality?
his determination. He came to America as an immigrant with no money, no career to speak of, just big muscles. And he created a decent actor out of nothing. He created a mountain of a man out of nothing. He inspired the generation to lift weights. He inspired the generation to save the women. He inspired a generation to crush your enemies.
What's the rest of that you inspired?
Order in the court. Order in the court.
Let's see. What else can I ask you about? Do you feel that your friend Mr. Schwarzenegger has been an overall positive contribution to the cinematic arts?
Are you kidding? Look at how much money he made, everyone. We're all rich because of him.
We're? Who's we in this statement?
Like I said, I worked with him on a few movies.
A few?
Enough that I live forever as cobbler. You think cobbler make much money in Minnesota?
I suppose not. It is kind of a dying art. I was driving.
Nobody fixes the goddamn boots anymore. They just go buy new ones. It's frustrating.
It was Wisconsin.
I was driving home from getting groceries today, and I saw that there's a shoe repair store on the main strip, and I was like, that can't be a very successful business in 2025.
Let me guess, it was closed. When you drove past it was closed.
That's true.
There was someone in there that used to work on movies.
That's probably the case. Now, I will ask you, how does it make you feel that my colleague, Miss Jamie, has been clearly attacking you in personal bias, attacking Mr. Schwarzenegger with her own personal bias? Do you think that is fair in a court setting?
Listen, I'm an American citizen, and I feel that everyone is entitled to their own opinions and the freedom to voice their opinions, even if they're fucking wrong. But we both know that my movies were not, Alan's movies or Arnold's movies were not made for people like Jamie. They were made for people like you.
I hope you don't mean women when you say people.
Order. The witness will refrain from winking at the defense attorney. That's unacceptable in a court of law.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Continue.
I think that this has been a pretty solid presentation of the merits of Mr. Schwarzenegger. Thank you for your commitment to coming to the defense of your friend. I will now give the floor to my colleague, the prosecution, for further questioning.
Do you validate parking?
Judge?
I don't. Get off the stand, please.
Well, we're
moving on.
Does the prosecution have any questions? Stay there, Alan. Don't go anywhere just yet.
Alan, can you please
Yes.
finish the quote about crushing your enemies for me?
Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentation of the women.
Yes. And what was Conan's take on women in general?
He loved the woman. He loved the woman more than anything in his entire life. He was willing to die for her, to kill for her.
I seem to remember going into a temple and calling them all something.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're speaking of.
No, you don't know these women are all sluts line?
Oh, this is a funny scene. See, Conan has gotten very, very drunk, and he is acting like a buffoon. See, this is to show you that women are not, in fact, sluts. They're wonderful, beautiful creatures, and this is what a drunken buffoon would say.
Mm-hmm. Would you call it one of the quotable lines of the movie?
Of course, it's funny.
Do you think that it's often used in jest when people are saying it instead of as actual derogatory terms towards women?
It depends. Are they talking to sluts?
Order in the court. If I was the judge, I would be slamming my gavel.
Yes, order in the court. The jury will disregard the fact that I can't stop laughing. But yes.
Also,
Did I
Mr.
say
Bebet,
something funny?
can you explain to me how you feel Arnold's range of emotion portrays in the movie? Say something like Jingle All the Way, where he's supposed to be a loving father and a loving husband. How do you feel he portrayed in that movie that role?
Isn't Jingle All the Way was supposed to be a blockbuster Christmas comedy? I think he did well. I think it was okay. It was breaking out of his normal mold. He was trying something new. And I would ask, this is another reason why Arnold was such a good force. Because he broke the mold. He did something that he wasn't very good at, and he tried it. And now people like you sit here many, many years later, and you point a finger at him. Well, I say this is good that he tried something new. You should try something new. You should try liking his movies. Maybe
I've tried.
You should try it.
I've tried.
Jamie, please.
Predator has the ability to be likable if it was a good movie, and it's not. If he was good in it, maybe, but he's not.
Do you have any other questions for?
I am finished with this witness, Your Honor. I noted that he also tried to poison me, and there will be consequences for that as well.
Yeah, how do you respond to that, Alan? Did you or your friend who you represent try to poison Jamie and prevent her from speaking for the past 2 weeks?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I just flew in this morning.
Okay. And you have the plane tickets and stubs and purchase history to prove that?
Of course, they're right here in my pocket.
But where were you 2 weeks ago?
Okay, I'm looking at them right.
But where were you 2 weeks
They
ago?
appear to be in order. I mean, he
2 weeks
appears to
ago,
have landed
2
in
weeks
town.
at home at my cobbler shop.
2 weeks.
Do you have any proof that that's where you were 2 weeks ago?
Of course, I classically dine out at the local Panera every day. Panera has some good bread.
They also have that lemonade that kills you. I wish they hadn't banned that.
And the squash soup, very good.
Do you have receipts?
Receipts for the squash soup?
Of course, I only pay with my Bat card. It was something I was allowed to keep from Batman and Robin.
You were allowed to keep from Batman and Robin, huh? What role did you perform in Batman and Robin?
I was a stunt coordinator assistant.
Mm-hmm.
You worked closely with Mr. Schwarzenegger, I assume.
Of course. That's why they bring me in. Sometimes they need people to translate. He understands me.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
I have no further questions as well. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much, Mr. Beback. And do give my fond greetings to your friend, Mr. Schwarzenegger. Big fan of his stuff.
I'm sure he'd be happy to hear it, and he would return your thanks.
Oh, one more question.
Order, you will stop winking at the defense attorney, please.
One more question. Do you think Arnold's muscles are a factor in how popular he is, and that they also benefit society just by existing?
Of course, he built himself up from nothing. And now look at him. How many men decide to go on a weight loss journey because of him? To go on a bodybuilding journey because of him? How many lives has he saved with those muscles?
And what does that have to do with the cinema?
Nothing, I just wanted to,
Where do you think they saw these muscles?
Oh, yeah, there you go. See?
Okay, is that all we have for him?
All right, that is all I have. Yeah, that's all I have.
All right, witness, you're excused.
Did we ever get an answer on the validating parking?
Okay, we're moving on. So we have our brief rebuttal time here at the end. Prosecution. Anything you want to add as points of evidence, or anything you want to say before we start? Before we're final done.
Well, the first thing I want to cover is that the defense said that Arnold Schwarzenegger was the best movie actor to come out of the 80s that has done more for film than any other 80s movie actor. And I would like to name off some of the people that he is overlooking.
No, I don't think that was a claim
that was a
he
claim.
made.
That was full on a claim. Word for word.
I did say...
He said the top-rated action movie.
No, that was another claim.
I said personally that he is the greatest action star to come out.
And has done more
action.
for movies
I thought
than
I heard
any
this
other
wrong.
80s actor since.
Action is the
I don't remember that claim.
You did not say action.
I remember him saying a lot about action.
He did
did.
not say
I
action.
did.
He said actor.
Roll the tape back.
It's a little. We'll just move on as if. But go ahead and make your point either way.
That's overlooking.
I don't think either one of us are going to argue with your point.
That's
so
overlooking Michael Keaton. And if I stick just to action, Harrison Ford, Jonathan Rhys-Davies, Tom Cruise, Sylvester Stallone. These are all actors that would have come out at the same time. That the prosecution's argument is that they have not done as much for movies as Mr. Schwarzenegger has. Even if we just stick with action. And we can look at Michael Keaton and talk about the range that Michael Keaton has versus the range that Arnold Schwarzenegger has. Michael Keaton is a cornerstone of cinema. Arnold Schwarzenegger is a cornerstone of male fantasies.
Which is often cinema.
Oh, very interesting that you would say that cinema is just male fantasies. Your Honor, very.
No, I said that. I definitely for the 80s and 90s, I think male fantasy was a primary driving force in why movies were made. I'd say like 90% plus of the top ranking movies, whether you look at financial or ratings, were probably very male gaze oriented, very even getting more specific white male gaze oriented, because there were a lot of white males that were making the movies for other white males at that time.
Now, when you say gaze,
that's with a Z-E.
Okay.
To clarify. So yeah, I'm with you that there are many actors in the 80s that were better actors than him. It's
and
kind of like,
more
again,
cornerstones of cinema.
It's again, if to put it in sports parlance, it's like we're arguing that this wide receiver is one of the best wide receivers of the 80s, and you're pointing out and going, well, you have this other wide receiver that's better, and you have this quarterback that's better, and you have this linebacker.
I'm sorry,
that's better.
no, we need to go back.
All those players
he said that his version would be this wide receiver is the best wide receiver of the 80s, period, hands down. And did more for football than any other wide receiver has ever done, is what he said.
Yeah. So like he was basically saying that this movie, that Arnold Schwarzenegger is the top ranked action movie star of the 80s.
Didn't say action, but okay.
Both of us heard action. I can go back and play the
action
tape
is what he did for the second
right
one.
now when
The action is the ranker, which we already disproved the legitimacy of that by the fact that it can be
the court reporter will play back that segment of the defense's statement, please.
My colleague, the prosecution, appears to have let her bias taint the proceedings in the case. But I think the numbers speak for themselves. Mr. Schwarzenegger has been consistently in the top grossing films, so much so, in fact, that he is the leading actor with the most films that have crossed the $100 million threshold. That is an actual statistic for Arnold Schwarzenegger. He is consistently voted as the best action movie star of all time. The most recent poll being from February 1st. I will be submitting this evidence to the court via Discord right now.
I don't know. I feel like I would have pushed back because I agree with you that there are better overall actors. Let me
amend.
Keith, are you arguing that he's the best actor?
No. Let me. If I misstated, let me amend my statement to be specifically action movie oriented.
And so he didn't
I don't think any of us are.
So then, if he's just action movie oriented, then you're not saying that he did more than any other actor in the 80s for movies overall.
No, I'm still saying that.
Again, I would like to point out
when you say
Michael
doing
Keaton,
more for, what do you mean by that? And that's a very very subjective statement, and I think he knows that when he says it. That sounds like a lot of personal opinion in that, right?
But I do feel that he was part of the push that made blockbuster action movies a thing, a phenomenon. You know, there wasn't too much of that before he came along and took the reins. I will say, however, that I think the first to do it, well, no, not even the first to do it. I think he was probably before that. But Bruce Willis with Die Hard gave a run for the money, but that was, I think, late as 1986.
So we're stepping back from the cinema as a whole then, right?
I mean, there are a lot of good actors in what you named. And honestly, like, I in my personal opinion, a lot of those actors you named are better pure actors than Arnold ever was or could be. He wasn't an actor first. He was a bodybuilder first that learned how to act a little bit as he started doing it.
Speaking of subjective ideas.
Yeah, Tom Cruise, Michael Keaton, fucking Bruce Willis, Sylvester
Jack
Stallone. Now,
Nicholson.
Sylvester Stallone is very similar to Arnold, that they had one really good bust-out movie
I
where
wouldn't
they
put
acted
Sylvester
really well,
Stallone
and the rest of it is...
at the top of actors, but he is an 80s action actor. That I was sticking with just the action actors.
They both have difficulty speaking.
Yeah, and they both have very similar careers. That's why they had a lot of
friction,
competitiveness between them, and now they still have a playful competitiveness, even though they're both in their 70s, kind of thing. I
love in The Last Action Hero how all the Arnold movies are replaced with Stallone and
yeah, because that's probably what would have happened if Arnold didn't exist. But also, if Arnold didn't exist, Stallone wouldn't be as bodybuilding as he was, because he started bulking up because he was a little bit like, God damn it, this guy is getting all the roles because he's got bigger muscles than I do.
The muscles.
And then Bruce Willis is in the back going, whatever, man.
Yeah.
You don't need muscles. You just need to have a wry smile and a sense of sarcasm and comedy timing.
I'm just a dude.
Yeah.
And the ability to act.
Even then, if somebody were to make this case that Bruce Willis was one of the top action actors or the top action actor of the 80s, okay, it could be argued, and he's the a quintessential opposite of Arnold. He doesn't win with his muscles. He's not going out there shirtless, flexing his boob muscles back and forth.
And he can act.
I mean, both of them technically act. So whether they act well or not, that's a matter of,
Bruce Willis has range. Arnold has no range.
He does. He has the full range of emotion, annoyed and smiling. It's been proven.
And both look like he's constipated.
Well, maybe he's got a shit. Did you ever think about that?
I mean, I'm sure he's eating all kinds of protein, so...
All right. Anything else for your final rebuttal?
Unfortunately, I'm losing my voice, so I'm going to have to stop there.
Okay. All right. Defense, your final rebuttal.
So as not to be rude to the prosecution, I will just make the case that Arnold Schwarzenegger seems to be a decent human being and a fantastic action star, and some of his movies are definitely worth your time, and if you haven't ever, you should check him out. And I think he has been a boon to cinema, and the defense also rests.
All right. Well, with that, we are going to move on, and we are onto the jury instruction phase of what we're going to do here. We have now listened to arguments made on both sides of the case of whether or not Arnold Schwarzenegger is guilty of crimes against cinema. Members of the jury, guys, gals, and other pals, please look at individual points of criminality of what we're looking at, where this is less a point of do you like him or not, and more a point of if there was actually something bad here, if there was something that needed that, the world could have been a better place without this kind of thing. So
We have moved those goalposts.
well, it's crimes against cinema, and I mean it's basically we would ask you to put your bias aside a little bit and think outside of where you come from. Like, for example, I am going to think long and hard about the bad parts about Arnold, about how the fact that he did push a lot of toxic masculinity forward to the front and center. And even though he was a powerhouse in the 80s, what he did with that message was reinforce a lot of very, very machismo type personality traits. And it could be argued that in some very, very small way, part of the reason why we're in the quagmire we're in now is because of a lot of this stuff happening in the 80s and 90s. Our cohorts of our generations are very involved in very bad things, and they might have gotten some inspiration from these kind of early forms of media. But then again, like Mr. Biebeck argued, Arnold also helped America at a time when we were just getting more lazy and more unhealthy to get up and move more and bodybuild more. And I can't even think how many thousands of careers started because of seeing his muscle-bound form on stage or on screen once. So whether or not that's an overall good or bad, that's something that you have to kind of wage in your mind. And then just straight up the movies. Does he make good movies? Does he make bad movies? It's a lot to consider. So I would urge that our jury strongly listen to both sides, because I think both of you came with very good arguments. I think you both had a lot of merit to what you were saying. Even if I personally disagreed with a point here or there, that's just my personal opinion.
You are the judge, not the jury. So, yeah.
Yep. I might give you my 2 cents because this is not a fully legal court, but I
Or
will.
in any way, shape, or
I tip
form.
my hat to both of you. I think you both performed admirably. I'd like that you both, after this is done, maybe we'll all go have a cup of coffee together, whiskey if you need it, just to smooth over some edges, because there's no hard feelings. This was just for good fun to figure out whether or not Arnold's good or bad. Any thoughts before we wrap things up? My compatriots, my friends, my now that we are no longer in this pretense of court, do you have any thoughts? Because now that we've fled the courthouse, we're back in the studio now. So what do y'all think?
I think it was nice that Alan, Mr. Beback, took time out of his busy schedule to visit us. That was a good get.
He was less adversarial towards me than usual. I appreciate it.
Yeah, he was on good behavior, I will say.
He's I think he made some strong arguments about the inspiring people. That was good, but I think he also I think he kind of hurt his argument a little bit because I was getting a little bit of sexism coming off of him. But hey, it's that generation. I don't know.
Yeah, that's not an excuse.
Crom, I've never prayed you before. I have no tongue for it. No one, not even you, will remember if we were good men or bad, why we fought or why we died. No. All that matters is that 2 stood against many. That's what's important. Power pleases you, Crom. So grant me one request. Grant me revenge. And if you do not listen, then the hell with you.
I feel good about, if nothing else, what I put forth to the court. So,
I think this is going to be a very close case. I could easily, as much as a lot of people might assume that I'm the pro Arnold side, which maybe a lot of that is due to nostalgia, but that's the point I'm going to make, is that I think that the vote is going to go the other direction, because the nostalgia that people like Keith and I feel towards him, that's a fading thing. And I think that a lot of, like, I think if we were to take this poll and we were to ask this poll, like, obviously we're not going to do this, but every 5 years, and actually get a general population poll of, is Arnold Schwarzenegger good or bad? Just a simple question like that. I think you're going to see the trend go down over time, because people are going to be less enamored by their fond nostalgia of his movies, and they're going to be more critical of his very blatant, overt masculinity kind of thing.
Especially as we move on and people are less likely to watch older movies and they're watching the newer stuff, which is
But then again, man, you see Gen Z get up there and they pull up this random shit from the 90s. I saw Gen Z's falling in love with Saved by the Bell and shit like that. And I'm like, come on, Saved by the Bell was barely tolerable when we were alive in the 90s. We only watched it because the chicks were hot.
No, I did not watch it because the chicks were hot.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was speaking from the male gaze again.
Yes.
We all watched
Tiffany
it.
Amber Thiessen was gorgeous. I'm sorry. I had a huge crush on her.
We watched it because we all love Mario Lopez so much.
Nope.
Yeah. Dusty Diamond. No,
Zach Morris girl all the way.
Was that guy's name is Dusty Diamond?
No, Dustin Diamond with Screech.
Funny story about that. I have, through the transitive properties of safe sex that we were all taught in the 90s, made out with Zach Morris. So, whatever.
You made out with Zach Morris?
Whoa, this is a big lore drop. Jamie lore.
Oh my God. So the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon could actually connect us to Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Hell yeah.
It might take us
Twice
8
over, actually.
degrees, but
Twice over, actually.
so by the transitive property, never mind.
Baby.
All right, so
You've all made out with Zach Morris.
Yes, we've all virtually made out with
Who amongst
with
us? Am I right? Yeah.
Who amongst us didn't imagine making art with Arnold? Anyways.
Probably Jamie.
So, yeah. Probably.
100%.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you for doing this. I think I had a good time. I hope you did too, because this was a lot of fun to put Arnold on trial. And go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think the only one who maybe didn't have a good time was Jamie, because she had to watch so many Arnold Schwarzenegger movies in rapid succession. But I hope it was cathartic to talk about it at least.
Yeah, get your venting out.
All I know is that I'm using that veto that I get on the anything Arnold that comes up.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to watch like that, no. Obviously, we wanted to do this to kind of get that out of the way because it's been an ongoing debate between the pod about Arnold. So, so now this is just buried. We don't need to talk about it, and we kind of blew our wad when it comes to Arnold movies. We watched like 4 in the last 5 movies or 6 movies or something like that. Yeah. So I'm good on Arnold for a little bit. We can move on to other stuff, and looking forward to next week. Oh my God, I'm looking forward to next week.
What are we?
Actually,
are you going?
I got that comment from I got that comment from Jamie's friend when we went to the hockey game. That she was like, "Oh my God, you're doing Age of Discovery," and I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Holy shit, that's cool." Or I forget what she said, but she was excited, and I'm excited too.
Yeah.
So. Yes, she's watched it. She's very excited for me to watch it.
Yeah, it's like I said, it'll change. I mean, anyways, we'll talk about that next week. So looking forward to it. All right, for Screenshare and Chill, I'm Kelly.
I'm Keith.
And I'm Jamie.
Vote for Arnold. Go on, vote for Arnold.
Come vote now. Vote for me. Vote for my friend.
Mr. Beback. Mr. Beback, why did you follow us here from the court?
Don't be a pussy.
Is he holding a radio above his head, a boombox?
It looks like he's calling from the street down below. He's been... What the fuck? Okay, we gotta go. I gotta call 911.
Oh, great. He's gonna come to my house.
I gotta call 911. Bye.
Okay.
It's showtime.
Good morning. It's a beautiful day. Could I speak to the drug dealer of the house, please? Don't you know the building is on fire?
Jamie, please. Jamie, please.
Don't do that.
Jamie, please.
What the fuck did I do wrong?
Jamie, please. Jamie, please.
God damn you.
Jamie, please.
Your confusion is not rational.
God damn you. Jamie.
What do you think I look like? Dirty Harry? This is all a lie. I was framed, completely innocent.
Let me be the judge of that.
What do you think I look like?
Let me be the judge of that.
Dirty Harry?
Who is Dirty Harry?
The CPU is a neural net processor, a learning computer. Nobody pays me. And if I think somebody owes me something, I take it.
I wasn't fucking there!
What the fuck did I do wrong?
I saved the life today. What the hell did you do?
I have no respect for those with no respect for logic. If I'm not me, what the fuck? Who the hell am I? What the fuck? Who the hell am I? My body. Who the hell am I? My choice. Who the hell am I? You're my father? What do you think I look like?
Who is Dirty Harry? Jamie, please. Jamie, please.
Don't do that.
Jamie, please.
What the fuck did I do wrong?
Jamie, please.
Wash your enemies.
Jamie, please.
See them driven before
Jamie, please.
you. Get a lamentation of your women. God damn you.
Jamie.
I've seen you before. You're the asshole on TV.
Who the hell are you?
Who the hell am I? My body. Who the hell am I? My choice. Who the hell am I? I'm a friend of Sarah Connor.
And stop shouting! I'm not deaf!